Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. This morning I just wanted to talk about being kind, having sympathy, empathy, um, respect, just overall no judgment of people. I wonder at times, is it even possible for everybody in this nation to even do that? And if so, could you imagine how good this world would be? Because right now that's the problem. It's so much hatred, so much judgment going on, so much just the world is just going crazy. The nation is just going crazy. Even though we're not of the world, we still as Christians see what's going on in the world, Like it still affect us. It may not affect us to a real high degree, but it does affect us. I know for me it affects me. Even with the economy, you still have to, like, jobs right now probably are so high to so hard to get. And not even that, you have to be careful with the pandemic going on what job you want to go to, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to go to the hospital, but who wants to work to the hospital not knowing? So it's a lot of things, or a lot of factors. People without jobs right now. Um, Companies closed down. Some people don't even know where their next meal coming from. And on top of that, it was already a mess before all this happened. Just look at all the homeless that surround you. So I just wanted to say, be kind to people. You never know what is going on. And what made me say that also is, I know they're going through this little debate of opening up the schools and how they're going to open it. Um, what are they safety measures that they're going to take? And I know a lot of parents and teachers are at distress not knowing, because I'm pretty sure the teachers too want to keep the students safe just as well as the parents want them to go to school and to be safe. And I am one of those parents. I do want the schools to open back up. I do want my daughter to be able to go to school, but I want it to be safe. At the same time, while I'm debating what I want, I'm already in prayer way before the school's opening, asking God and thanking Him in advance for covering my girls, covering the schools, covering this nation, for those that are going back to school. Asking Him to keep the virus away from them. You can only do but so much as far as a human. If you close the school, somebody's going to have something to say. If you open the school, somebody's going to have something to say. And I have seen a lot of comments on Facebook about this issue, and a lot of people saying they're going to keep their child home. And some states have votes where, do you want to homeschool or do you want to go to school? And I don't even think the votes really matter, because they're going to make whatever decision they want to make anyway. So I'm assuming that one particular state, most parents either didn't vote or voted to go to school. And a lot of people was against that, this and that and the third. And the thing is, I seen a lot of negative comments about it. But the thing I'm stressing is this. Number one, I feel like I do want kids to go back to school. And I want them to be safe. But I think where a lot of people forgetting, it's not about you. It's not about you. At this point, it's not about you. Only thing, if your state is one of those states that has to go back to school, let's just pray and let's hope. And once you start feeling okay, like, you know what, I have anxiety, I'm not going to send my child back to school, then don't send them back to school. My daughter needs social skills. It's not just only, like, she's smart, so it's not only just sending them to get away from home. No, that's not what the case is. Like I said, my daughter needs social skills. She's sociable, And she liked people and she laughed and talked, but she have not gravitated to that one friend yet that God has for her. She's very good at picking her friends. So I'm hoping that this school year be one of the years that God um put her or place her with the friend that she's going to need to be with, and they can turn that friendship into a long-term relationship. Like when they get older, they still be besties. You know what I'm saying? Like it's more than just sending her to school. Now that is what my daughter need, because she has no one that she talks to other than, she talk here and there, but she don't have nobody she just can call a best friend. And I remember times change. You remember you used to go outside and play and ride your bikes with friends. Where I stay, there are kids, but everybody in the house. Even if she go outside, everybody's still in the house. So times have changed. So I would like for her to go to school if that's what God wants, if that's what they come up with. I would like for her to go to school. But aside from that, being able to get up on time and going and having responsibilities. School does comes with responsibilities. That, I want her to keep that up. Her grades are excellent. I'm good with that. So I just want her to keep all that stuff up. Now that's one thing. That's my daughter. That's what I want. On the second hand, I would like schools to open back up safely. For one, I would like this virus to be all gone. Let's be clear here. I don't want. I'm just as nervous about it as the next person. I am. I love my kids. I don't want them to catch it at all. I don't. I'm battling that myself at work. Like, I don't. I pray about it. I try to leave it there. I have anxiety sometimes about it, but I'm praying, and I know that we're covered by his blood. So I have to keep that in mind. And it's not even about my daughter always or me being careful. Somebody else could not be careful. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know you're sick, stay home. Even if you don't feel good, just stay home. Right now, I don't think they should count it against anybody if you feel a little tickle in your throat. I don't know what that tickle could be. Just stay home. But my thing is, even if the kids do stay home, fine. But who are you to get or post a mad post stating, figure it out if you don't have a babysitter? Some parents work and have to send their kids to school. Have no support. Like, I'm one with no support. I don't have any support. So what if I had a little child, like 5 years old, that needed to go to school because I don't have no support to nobody to watch her? It's possible. People out here in this world with no support. And that's what I said. People fail to realize that it's possible to be in this world and to be alone other than God. But, it's possible not to have family members or the right family members to care for your children. That's possible. It's possible to be here in this world and not have no support. I did it. I'm doing it. If it wasn't for my other daughter, I think I wouldn't know what to do. I'm one of those with no support, mainly with neither one of them. I mean, they're older now, but you know what I'm saying? Like, younger, it's not like, oh, can you just watch them for a week? No. If they get sick, I'm calling out. And then as my other daughter got older, we alternated. If my youngest one got sick, then if I had to stay home 2 days and she had to stay home one, that's what it was. And then it got to a point where it was just like, okay, I'm going to have to do this because my child education is important. So where I'm going is this right here. School does need to open up, not just for our kids because we want our kids, but you have to think about being selfish. That's selfish because wanting kids to stay home right now is kind of like selfish to me, because you don't know exactly what's going on in that kid home. For some kids, school is an escape. School is where they're going to get their meal. School is where they're not going to get all the abuse. You don't know what's going on in that child home. I would rather for a child to be gone to school 6 to 8 hours than to be sitting home 6 to 8 hours trying to figure out what they're going to eat. Or am I going to get burned today? Or am I going to get beat to death today? You just don't know. Like, when they closed the schools down, that is the first thing that bothered me. That's what bothered me. Is what are these kids going to do? Like, granted, I get it. I get it. I get it. But, I, I am selfless. So, forgive me for wanting the schools to open back up just so other people can lay eyes on the kids. And yes, abuse can be hidden. Yes, it can. It can. But what happens when you never lay an eye on a child? I just heard on the news the other day, it's 462 kids in this one particular state that have not heard from kids since they shut the schools down. Not that the kids are missing or anything. I'm hoping not. But just imagine. It's not about us, people. School for some kids are their way of eating. Let's be honest here. I'm going to be honest with me, my life. Growing up, yes, there was abuse in the home. Yes, we went to bed sometimes hungry, trying to figure it out, getting up, trying to figure out where our next meal coming from. But you know what? Nobody knew it. Or if they did know it, they didn't intervene to stop it or anything. Yes, we had two houses that we'll go to and play with their children, and when it was time for them to eat, they'll ask us, like, do you want something? And we'll say yeah. And we purposely went over there because we knew that, when they cooked, they was going to ask us. So that's where I'm coming out from, where I'm just like, this is not a good idea. I hated the fact that any of this happened, because I know a lot of kids are getting abused at home. And when you have abused kids, whether it's verbal or physical or emotional, then it takes a lot to try to get this kid on the right path of it's a better life ahead. It took me years. It's still taking me years to grab hold of God allowed this to happen, or God knew this was going to happen for my good. You know what I'm saying? Like, for my good now. Kids nowadays are so suicidal. They're not as strong. They're not as strong. So I would just hate for a kid to be, for the rest of this year, be stuck in a house when they was already stuck in there since March, and continuously getting abused or going to the foster care, and then you don't know the house that the kid is going to in foster care, you don't know if that's a good home. Some people are like, oh, well, they better off. How do you know? You don't know. That's why I said, like, if everybody in this nation would get on one accord and pray and just thanking God that this virus is over in advance, just already thanking Him for whatever demonic spirits or principalities, anything that's in the air that's coming against this nation, if everybody get on that one accord so that He can hear us, it will be done. But of course, it's going to be done in His timing. It's going to be done in His time. And so a lot of people is going through stuff right now. And I don't have a long time to talk because I'll keep on talking about it. But my thing is mainly, I'm just asking for you guys, whenever you get off of here, just to pray for direction for this nation, direction for the school systems, direction and healing of the kids. And you just don't know. It's not only about you and your child, because it's not definitely only about me and mine. Because if they close the schools down, then I have to think, what is it we can do to figure out how to help other kids out? That's plan B for us. So plan A right now is, okay, opening the schools back up is going to be okay. But plan B is got to be different now, because I just don't think kids need to just sit in the house or in this one little area for the rest of the year, and we don't know their situation at home. So definitely more people need, instead of a lot of people talking, coming up with strategies to make sure that these kids are getting fed. There's not too much you can do as far as the parents. I mean, yeah, you can talk to them and stuff, but it kind of gets sticky when you're intervening in certain ways. But you never know. Somebody probably waiting for a reach out, a domestic violence relationship. You don't know. So that is why I say right now we have to be extra kind. Don't just think about yourself in the situation. Think about others in their situation. Not what you would do, but just having that sympathy and empathy and caring for other people. So let's not just go out here and say, well, you're stupid if you send your child back to school. I mean, the post was going on and on for nothing. Like, I'm praying that the schools open back up safely. I would be at more peace knowing that the kids at school, let's minus the corona, and getting some attention and somebody speaking life into them. Somebody has to speak life into these kids. Yeah, they may be getting bullied at school. Somebody might be getting bullied. But what if you get bullied at school and then you go home and you don't feel love? You ain't going to be able to save all of them. But if you can just save one. So that's why I said, be gentle, be kind. You don't know what a parent is thinking. Like, she could be about to blow her kid's head off. I don't know. But I'm just using that as an example. Like, be kind. You don't know what the situation is. Like, be kind. Be selfless. I almost couldn't say that word. Because it's just like, I don't know about people. But it's not your business to criticize whether somebody wants to send their kids back to school or not. You don't know why that parent wants to send her kid back. Actually, it could be saving a life. You don't know. So instead of talking about it, pray about it. Learn how to break down these spiritual principalities. Learn how to break down the demonic forces that's coming against us right now. It's plenty things for you to be doing other than worrying about whether somebody is stupid or not for sending their kids back to school. If you're not going to send yours, that's your choice. If she's not going to send her or he's not going to send his, that's their choice. Or if they do, that's their choice. You have no reason to be angry or bash anybody about any decisions. But that is all I wanted to say. And I may been all over the place, but my main target was just being kind. You just don't know what people are going through, especially right now. You don't have to always voice your opinion, but just be kind. Just have a humble spirit. Be kind. Listen. Take off yourself. This world is not about you. It's not about you. You should wake up in the morning hoping to find somebody to help, hoping to find somebody to encourage. It's not about you at all. And I'm in the same situation as y'all. I have little to give, but I give. I give. I go to work expecting a word from somebody, or one of my patients. You just have to be kind, because you just don't know who's going to have that word for you. You don't know who's going to have that blessing for you to take you to that next level. You don't know who God is going to place in your life. You just don't know. So just as well as being kind and pleasant to the corporate people, you need to be kind and pleasant to the man that's walking homeless. They're no different. As a matter of fact, the homeless might be a little bit more grateful. So until next time, I just want you to make sure that you pray about this nation, making sure the right decision be made about school. And if they open up the schools back, just pray that God keep our kids safe. Not just yours, not just mine, our kids safe away from this virus. And making sure you cover them in the blood of Jesus. He saves. And until next time, I guess I'll talk to you later. If you like this video, hit and like the subscribe button. And until next time, I'll talk to you later.